Ready, hunt!
Ryan, how's the rehab coming?
It's coming. See improvement every day. Gives me something to look forward to. I'm off my crutches, so that's a blessing.
You've never had an ACL before. Is this harder than you thought it would be, or more, did you look ahead at what's ahead of you and more challenging than you thought it would be?
I definitely took running for granted. I'll tell you that. I'm eating cheeseburgers here and now. I'm like, man, I need to go run it off now. But I'm up walking. First couple of days after I tore it, it was hard. Started the rehab shortly after that. So really more than anything, it's just not cool being able to just sit around. You go throughout the season and you're like, man, I'm getting kind of tired. My body's getting worn down. But I take that back any day.
To lose the last 3 games of your senior season after such a special career, record-setting career, how difficult is that for you emotionally?
You say lose the last 2 games?
To lose the last 3 games of your senior year, to not be able to play them.
Oh, okay. I have no regrets at all. I feel like I played a lot of games here. I gave it my all every chance I went out there. It does suck not being able to finish the season, but I think our guys have a good level of perspective on their head, and really going into this last game, I think that's really going to help us out.
Are you still leading?
What's
Are
that?
you still leading now, being a leader, being a captain?
Oh, yeah, I'm out there every day,
What's your role?
What's my role? Still coaching the guys up. I'm out there maybe an hour in practice. I do rehab shortly beginning of practice, and I go out there the second half of practice. I still know the play calls. I still know when guys mess up, so I definitely give them my 2 cents here and there. But they just look for me just a guy on the field, not just all about football, but just my personality and who I am.
Knowing what you know now, would you come back? Knowing what you know now, do you question the decision you made?
Not at all. I played 9 games, had fun. I've grown a lot over the past year since last season. Really made some big steps in my life. One of them is I have a fiance. I'm so proud to say that I have that. I think if I went into the NFL, things would have been thrown at me. I wouldn't have been mature enough, so I have no regrets at all.
You wouldn't have went to Haiti.
No, exactly.
Talk about how that decision changed your life.
Man, Haiti was a great deal. Just going out there and being with those kids just means a lot. They look at life a lot different than we do. We're more materialistic, especially if you've been out there to a foreign country. They really don't take things for granted like we do. It's more about the people and relationships, and that's really helped me out throughout the season. It's really just the bond with guys. It's not just – it is football, but the perspective of it is really just getting to know each other.
How tough was it? I don't think you've ever really been hurt, period, before this series. To have something like you've done that move a million times and for that to happen, how tough was that to deal with? Or shocking, maybe?
It happens, I've been blessed. Like you said, I haven't been hurt very much, and if I have, I played through it. It's an injury that I can't play through. I have no regrets. I gave it all I had. Actually, after I got hurt, I got up and I felt like I could still walk, and that's because the swelling didn't set in. And then they gave me the information about the ACL, and I knew what that meant. I knew I'd have to get surgery after that. It was pretty shocking, but like I said, I gave it my all every chance I got out there, so I have no regrets.
Right, what did they tell you about that?
What you're going through is very similar to what Sam Bradford went through his junior year. Have you had a chance to talk to him or watching him go through that? Does that help you realize that it will be okay at the next level, everything will work out?
I really don't have to talk to anyone to really know that things are going to be okay. I'm alive. Football is going to be there. There's guys in the NFL that have torn the ACL. It feels like after the ACL, or after I got hurt, everyone's telling me they've torn theirs before. So it's not life ending. It's not football ending. So that's a positive.
What did they actually tell you about the surgery? Was it torn completely, or was it just partially torn? Or?
It was completely torn. From that instant, I felt the pop, felt my knee shift. Didn't know what it was at the time. I get to the sideline, I could walk on it, put a little pressure on it. So it's like, all right, I'm good. I have a positive attitude. I got on the bench, and the doc did like a little click test on both sides, and he clicked the right one. He said, "Did you feel that click?" And then he bent over and said, "I tore my ACL." So it's football, and it happens.
Dr. Andrews, when he did the surgery, did everything go perfectly fine?
Yeah, I actually sent my MRIs up there. They checked it, everything they saw then. I went back, got x-rays. Doctors here at OU said they saw the same things as well. Did the surgery, and they touched base with the doctors back here. They said everything went fine. Doing rehab now. I'm off my crutches, up and walking. So that's definitely positive.
That moment on the bench where they told you you'd torn your ACL and that your season was done. If there's any people who didn't like you or weren't your fans at that point, they probably were after that because your emotions just cut loose, your tears all over. Talk about that moment and maybe what it means for you going forward. You know, knowing that, I don't know, was it strange? You look back on the TV copy now and you're, just sobbing on national TV.
It's really not about that, I'm an emotional player, emotional person. I thought I was good when I got up. He did the test. Told me I tore my ACL. First thing that went through my mind was just, wow, you know what I mean? It's my senior year. Never thought football was out of the question at all. So that's not what I was crying about. It was more just an emotional thing that I'm here to play ball and I can't finish the game. I can't finish the season. I can't finish with these guys. So that was the biggest thing that hurt me.
What about, Ryan, from that moment on, how you sort of went through the progression of dealing with it? When did you kind of make your peace with it and it'd be okay?
Man, I try to keep a level head. I know it's football, things happen. Never really wanted to just hold my head down. I got in the training room, started getting treatment on it, got some ice on it and whatnot, and my parents came in, fiance came in, and the biggest part for me is having to get up on those crutches in front of them. That was really hard for me. Had to go take a shower or whatnot, but after that, I was just like, what's the next step? I'm always looking forward, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Will you be able to run for the scouts?
Combine, no.
Can you, you've had some time to look back at your career now, reflect on the numbers that you put up and the things that you did. Can you believe the success that you had, the NCAA record and Big 12 records and all that? Or do you look back and say, I knew I was that good, I knew I could do that?
I always felt like I was good. Coming out of high school, had a few offers. OU was one of the last ones to come in. I was always a positive person even then. I felt like I was better than anyone they put out there against me. So people are saying, wow, you did this, you did that. I always felt like I was a great player. Now, for it to work out the way it did, I've had to have things click, offensive coordinators, a great quarterback. So it wasn't all just me. I put in the work and just try to catch every ball that comes my way.
What are your feelings about missing this game?
I'd be the same about missing the last two. It's no different, Going through the weekly process, I still get to go to practice, not run around with the guys or anything. But yeah, sitting out there on the sideline, not being able to help the team, that's the biggest thing. No game's greater than the other. I know it's Oklahoma State, but it's still another game that I'm missing. It's not fun at all, but I'm out there to cheer these guys on.
Will you be in Stillwater, and what would it mean to you if this team can finish out with a Big 12 championship?
I mean, a great deal, another Big 12 championship. That's why I came here to win big games. I feel like our guys are capable of doing that. We all believe, no one's heads are down. Even if we are underdog, I heard that today, 3 points. I feel like if we go to OU, I feel like we're never the underdog. So guys are really preparing to win, just like we do every week.
Will you go up there with the team?
Yeah.
What's going to be your legacy here?
My legacy?
What do you want to be your legacy?
Just a guy that just came in, had things go against me at the beginning. I never gave up, never put my head down, continue to grind. Really matured into a man more than anything. I was young when I first came in. I thought life was all about me, which I soon found out it wasn't. And it's not all about football as well, It's about being a decent human being and really touching those around you. And me being in the position I am now, I have more of a voice than some people would say. I believe everyone has a voice, but people tend to listen to athletes or high-profile people, and I'm going to do well with it.
What age were you when you first discovered Bedlam was a 365-day-a-year bragging rights thing for both sides of the fence on the fans? How old were you when you realized that?
Young. I'm from Norman, so there's even OSU fans here. It's always something to talk about. It's either OSU or it's the Texas game. Really means a great deal to this state, to this city, and it's just a great environment to be a part of.
Ryan, Kenny has moved into the slot some since you've been gone, and he said it was a big help with you on the sideline because he said he's realized it is a little bit of a different circumstance and playing outside like he is, how much can you help him or any of the other guys that may be playing there a lot over the next couple of games?
Like you said, it's definitely a different position. You play on the outside, they give you a route to run, and you know to run it. In the slot, you have a bunch of read routes. You got to think on the fly. You got to maneuver between different individuals. Outside, it's just basically you in the corner. So you have to definitely think more. You definitely have to feel comfortable with the quarterback and how you guys sync. But as far as helping Kenny, he's a great athlete. You can't just throw a guy in there and expect him to be great at it from the beginning. But Kenny's definitely got a great upside, and he's going to fill his way out there.
Can you watch the game from the sideline, like the perspective you had last week, and see things and talk to him about it when he comes on?
Oh yeah, I'm actually kind of calling the plays before the coach calls it. I feel like I've been a part of the system long enough. I know what the coaches are thinking. I think that's definitely what helped me out playing. I can go out there and not have to think much and kind of expect what's going on, and then it's just confirmed when they do call the play. So I'm out there in my own little world when I'm watching the game. I see the coverages. I know what the coaches are going to check too.
Have you talked to, or are you allowed to talk to any NFL people yet? Scouts don't tell you, don't worry about your knee. We like you for this, or anything like that.
I have gotten a call, but I don't know if I should say that. But yeah, coaches are saying all along that I have enough film. I feel the same way. Team, give me a shot. I'm gonna give it all I have. Pat Dowd's coming out of high school. I'm sure I have Dowd's coming out of college. So I'm just gonna go in there and compete.
Can you tell us what you think about the Oklahoma State defense, or do you know enough to comment much?
I really don't know much. I know I was watching the game. I'm not sure who they were playing, but they were ranked 100 or something in the nation, but number 1 in takeaways. So in order to beat a defense like that, they rely on big plays and turnovers. So if we keep the ball clean, keep it in our hands, I think we'll have a good shot.
You just keep going to school. You just keep going to school and working out with Scott and Jim and rehabbing, or eventually do you move to a high performance deal and get ready for the NFL and stuff like that?
Just right now, I'm going to stay here for January, all through January, December, January for rehab with Jim. I'm going to leave out in February to go get a little training in upper body wise, do some interview training, do some training for the Wonderlic. I'm going to go out to the combine. And just get around the coaches and all those guys out there, and then I'll be back here in March for rehab.
I guess my question was similar. Have you talked to guys who specifically got hurt, not run, and what they did to try to make themselves appealing?
No, I haven't done that.
There's one that played with Sam. I think Alexander went that way when he got injured.
From Missouri?
Yeah.
Receiver?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I mean, there's a few guys who've done that. Does that give you any confidence that it is possible?
Well, just having an ACL gives me constant confidence, knowing that I'm going to rehab and I'll be back in 6 months. Like I said, the team's going to give me a shot. I'm going to go out there and do all I can with it. Just looking forward to the opportunity. Training-wise, I'm ready to get on that. Like I said, I took running for granted. When I'm up and running again, I'm not going to stop.
How far out are you from just running?
About 10 weeks, I'll be in the pool running. So I'll get a little sweaty.
Your draft status could be affected by all this. Perhaps it might not be affected by all this. Is that a concern or a matter to you? You've said more than once to me that money isn't everything. So not an issue. You're just going to go play and be fine, or what?
Not an issue at all. I'm going to go out there and enjoy my time. Team gives me a shot, I'm going to go out there. My dream's always to play in the NFL, not to be a first-round draft pick, just to be a pick, For instance, Wes Welker, a guy that was 7th, didn't even get drafted, He had the same ACL. He's a guy that he shot me an email, so that definitely gives me reassurance that guys are thinking about me. And other guys have been in the same situation. It's not about where you get picked. It's not about how much money you make. It's how much you save. I've heard that a lot. So I'm on my saving kick already.
Have you noticed DeJuan emerge a little bit the
DeJuan?
last couple of weeks? Yeah. People talked about guys needing to step up with you gone.
DeJuan's a great player. He shows what he has. He did a great job last week and the week before that, and expect nothing less.
What you do on your trip to Orlando? I know it was on the way to get surgery, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to Orlando?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Orlando. It was Pensacola.
Pensacola. Okay.
Yeah.
So just getting away.
For surgery, yes.
Oh, I thought the surgery was in Birmingham. Coach Stoops.
No, the surgery was in Pensacola.
Okay.
You mentioned Welker. Is that the kind of player you envision you being at the next level, kind of that same position? same type of guy?
People say that. I feel like I'm Ryan Broyles. You know, I'm going to take to the game whatever I showed out here on the field, and hopefully after this rehab goes well, I'll be a complete another player, and just all upside.
What do you remember about the effect this game had on your recruiting process and deciding to come here?
It wasn't a win or lose thing with that. I'm from Norman. My dream of leaving high school was always to get away and branch out. It came down to Oklahoma State. Definitely didn't want to leave a tradition behind like this here in Norman, friends and family, so I decided to stick around.
What would winning the Bolitnikoff Award mean to you if you were able to do that?
It'd mean a great deal. You know, I didn't really think I was going to get picked, but it's a great deal. It just shows the respect people have for me. At the time before I got hurt, I was up there with the best. So going out there, I'm just glad I'm a finalist. I'm going to go out there and enjoy my time, and hopefully my name gets called.
Thank you.